What you're seeing here is a glowing blue water arrow pinning down a thrashing fish in a shallow mud pond. This is the exact moment Wren Kael realizes his completely ordinary domestic fish pond has just glitched, spontaneously upgrading a common semi-spirit fish into an impossibly rare Hanblood Bass. Common spirit fish sell for about 8 to 15 low-grade spirit stones, but the Hanblood Bass operates in a completely different tier. Its blood possesses a highly concentrated cold property, making it a premium material for crafting magical talismans, which skyrockets its market value. In the brutal economy of the cultivation world, a low-level guy like Wren flaunting this kind of sudden, unearned wealth is essentially painting a target on his own back. If the wrong people find out he grew this in his backyard, robbery and assassination are absolute guarantees. He immediately gets to work laundering his luck. Wren uses a rudimentary water magic technique to pierce the fish, meticulously faking the exact kind of combat wound you'd expect from a wild hunt. He then applies hemostatic powder to the corpse to halt the blood loss and preserve the valuable specimen. With the physical evidence doctored, he hauls the bass onto his rotting old fishing boat. He seals the corpse deep inside a hidden water tank to ensure prying eyes on the river won't spot his payload before he reaches the market. Next comes the psychological cover-up. Wren knocks on the door of his neighbor, Old Man Corin, and stages a casual conversation. He publicly declares that he's heading out into the notoriously dangerous Mistrain Marsh to hunt, establishing a false timeline for anyone who might come asking questions. As Wren slowly rows away, Corin watches from his porch, convinced his young neighbor is rowing to a watery grave. In reality, once Wren is out of sight, he simply docks at a safe nearby island, waiting out the clock for half a day to legitimize his story before heading straight to the city market. In a world where power dictates the law, stumbling into a windfall is a massive liability. Surviving that windfall means meticulously faking the grueling work others expect, making your massive stroke of luck look completely unremarkable. Wren arrives at the Verrow City fish cage, a sprawling, chaotic marketplace packed with veteran fishermen. The entire local economy here is heavily taxed and brutally managed by an overarching sect called the Tidewyrm Order. The moment he pulls the Hanblood Bass from his basket, the surrounding chatter drops. Dozens of seasoned cultivators turn their heads, their murmurs thick with immediate, dangerous envy as they evaluate the catch. The Tidewyrm Order disciple acting as the official appraiser examines the fish. Because Wren's staged wound was so precise and the blood was perfectly preserved, the official offers a surprisingly high 18 low-grade spirit stones. This animated ledger shows exactly how Wren handles that money. He immediately requests to pay off his standing debt of 6 spirit stones for Skytoll rent, clearing a 2-month arrear. This legally secures his safe harbor, ensuring the order won't forcefully evict him into the deadly marshlands. Before he even leaves the stall, Wren initiates his final piece of public relations. He intentionally adopts a submissive posture, bowing to the glaring crowd and loudly chalking his catch-up to sheer dumb luck to diffuse their hostility. By immediately transferring his target painting wealth into official tax payments and playing the fool, Wren successfully neutralizes his systemic financial debt and the public's envy. The remaining stones are now safe, quiet capital. This diagram illustrates the standard cultivator economy. Normally, you'd blow wealth on weapons to survive the next life-or-death adventure, but Wren opts for Path B, converting his stones into agrarian resources. He purchases 5 semi-spirit fish and 3 demon-blooded chickens, hauling them back home. The math on this is heavily in his favor. Because his upgraded home pond carries a hidden 20% growth buff, these semi-spirit fish are guaranteed to mature faster, generating a steady stream of passive income without him ever having to risk his life outside. The chickens serve an even more immediate purpose. Farming their spirit-infused eggs provides Wren with enough high-quality daily energy to sustain his physical cultivation, completely eliminating his need to buy external rations or hunt dangerous monsters for meat. True power in this cutthroat system isn't achieved by surviving endless bloody combats. It's built by establishing a self-sustaining agrarian loop that entirely removes your need to enter the battlefield in the first place. When Wren returns home loaded with fish and chickens, his neighbor, Old Man Corin, is appalled. He looks at the livestock and assumes Wren is foolishly blowing his windfall on a lavish feast. Corin's internal logic is locked into the standard survival mindset. He calculates that Wren's catch was a one-off fluke, and that by spending his money on luxury food today, the boy will be broke and unable to pay next month's rent. Standing on his porch, Corin is seduced by the illusion of Wren's easy payday. The old man actually begins to consider abandoning the safety of his retirement to try his own luck out on the water. The problem is, Mistrain Marsh isn't a place that rewards desperate ambition. It is a massive, predatory ecosystem that actively waits to consume amateur cultivators who overestimate their own capabilities. Wren executed a flawless deception. He secured a peaceful, self-sustaining life and protected his assets. But by making his survival look like effortless luck, he inadvertently baited an innocent neighbor straight into the jaws of death.
Transmigrated into a fantasy world just to get evicted? Read The Eternal Landlord, Book 1 on Amazon.